Ah, Hearts of Iron 4. What a wonderful game. Until it isn't. Like all games, there are certain features, bugs, mechanics that are just so annoying to deal with, which is why today's video is going to be about some things that players absolutely hate about Hearts of Iron 4. Just before we begin the video, obviously, no, I don't actually hate the game. This is a kind of new style of video, so if you do enjoy, please do like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a huge amount, and let's get right into it. Number 1. Nukes taking so damn long to get. Nukes in HOI4 are already a questionable thing to go for over the countless other superior techs, but just for the sake of argument, let's assume that you do decide to try and get nuclear weapons. Well, you know what? The first tech on your way to nuclear weapons already takes over a year to research. That's an entire year where one of your research slots is doing absolutely nothing. Instead of researching stuff like artillery, anti-air, tanks, and planes, stuff that actually helps you in combat. Well, even after you finish that long-ass tech, I've got good news for you. Yep, there's another one. And another one after that.
Another one.
Oh, hell no!
And only then do you even unlock the capability to deploy a nuclear weapon. But of course, it's not finished. You have to devote your time into building nuclear reactors, which, guess what, also takes absolutely forever because of the atrociously high construction cost. And you know what? It's still not done, because even if you build your nuclear reactors, it takes forever for those reactors to actually produce a nuclear weapon. So, it's safe to say that by the time you have a nuke and you're ready to deploy it, it's probably like 1949, your computer's about to explode and the game's running at a snail's pace. The fact that most people never go for nukes unless it's for an achievement is probably quite telling about how annoying it is. Number 2. Nukes doing nothing. Continuing on from part 1, after you finally obtained your nukes and your computer has not completely fried itself and your playtime is in the triple digits, they are kind of underwhelming. The nukes in HOI4 can only be used to damage divisions and used as tactical nukes, which basically means you nuke the divisions to kill the divisions. But they have absolutely no deterrence like they do in real life. If a country was nuked in real life, there's a pretty good chance that it's just gonna surrender, right? But in HOI4,
Nope.
if you nuke a country, not only does it not surrender, the war support literally does not even budge an inch. I don't even know what to say. I can nuke the shit out of Berlin, and Mr. A.D. Schmittler will just be like,
It's the best day ever. It's the best day ever.
Number 3. How you can't give territory to puppets anymore. The new By Blood Alone Peace Deal mechanic is absolutely great. It eliminated so much frustration from the old system, but one downside of the new system is that you can no longer give a puppet territory unless it has cause or claims on it. God damn! I just want to make the historical post-World War II Poland border. But no. I have to settle with this shit instead. Why paradox? Number 4. The British guaranteeing everyone. If my history serves me correctly, Britain in the late 1930s had a little thing. They called it appeasement, where they did not do a jack fucking shit about expansionism and expansionists in Europe. We can see it from Germany's shenanigans, let's just say.
Yeah, boy.
But in HOI4, when Germany wants something, the UK is like, okay, take it.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't care. Just take the Sudetenland, take Czechoslovakia. We literally don't care. But no. When any other country has generated a tiny amount of world tension and justifies a war goal, the UK is like, nope. That's where we draw the line. Yugoslavia, you want to go and attack Greece? Yeah, no, here's a guarantee, Greece. We're protecting every country under the sun. It just does not make very much sense. Germany is already an extremely powerful country in HOI4, but yet it can still expand pretty much unopposed. But a tiny country, Britain has to intervene? Oh my goodness. To be honest, if a country that you need to take has a British guarantee, good game. Number 5. Ideological restrictions. You know those restrictions on what you can or cannot do based on your ideology, like democracies not be able to justify war goals if the other nation has not generated world tension, or like embargo, tension restrictions, etc. You know those restrictions, right? Yeah, I get it. The democratic restrictions is trying to simulate those countries being more pacifist or not being able to pass pro-war legislation or something. I don't know. But god damn, if you're not aligned, why the fuck can you not justify war goals until world tension is 50%? Like, it's an absolute fucking monarchy. And I still can't do whatever the hell I want. It's in the name. Absolute monarchy. And I still have to wait for 50% world tension? What kind of a joke is this? Number 6. Impossible focus prerequisites. Most focus prerequisites, they're not too bad. Most of the time, they're just like, requires you to have a specific ruling party or stuff like that. It's not too difficult. I mean, the chances are, if you go down the communist path, for example, and those focuses require you to be communist, that makes sense, and it's not even that much of a pain to do. But, oh my goodness, there are some focuses out there that have ridiculous, and I do mean ridiculous prerequisites, and the biggest culprit here has to be Switzerland after By Blood Alone. Like, I remember the first time I tried playing Switzerland, I tried to go down the preempt Anschluss path, and when I got to the focus, it was like, oh,
You need less than 65% support for this party, but you also need less than 15% support.
paradox. What are you gonna ask for next? One of my kidneys? And this wouldn't even be that bad for any other country. I mean, you can just keep firing and hiring advisors until you have the correct, party popularity, but no. This is Switzerland, alright? The advisor system, I still don't know how it works. You can't hire or fire advisors, and you also need an extremely specific party popularity, like paradox! This is the definition of threading a needle. I do not want to be whipping out my calculator just to complete a focus.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Number 7. How airports work. In HOI4, there are 2 types of buildings. State-level buildings, like factories and infrastructure, and tile-level buildings, like forts and supply hubs. Now, the airbase in HOI4 is a state-level building, which means you can only have 1 per state. In most parts of the world where states are small, this isn't a problem, but some states in the game are absolutely fucking massive. This basically means in this entire massive-ass area, I can only have, that's right, 1 airport. Given that airplane range is calculated from the center of the state, this sometimes means that your planes can't even reach other air zones because your planes are technically nowhere near the border. This is especially bad early game when your planes are utter pieces of crap, have a range of like 2 meters because you haven't added any range modules yet. Please, Paradox, I am begging you, rework how plane range is centered, or rework how you build airports so I can use my f***ing Air Force. Is it too much to ask? Number 8. When you can't take the enemy navy. In By Blood Alone Peace Conference update, they added an option where you take an enemy's navy directly, and I gotta say, this is probably like the single best thing in the entire update. Like, screw Italy focus trees, screw Ethiopia focus tree, this is the best addition. Unfortunately, this option is available, but only if you have a coastline, which basically means if you're a landlocked country and you don't own a coast, nope, you are not getting that sweet British fleet. Now, even when you have allies who do have a coast, which means you technically have access to ports, you still cannot take the navy. And you might be thinking, yeah, but why do you need a navy as a landlocked country? But hear me out, alright? There is literally a landlocked kingdom in this game, led not by a king, but by a fucking admiral. Is it really that out of the picture that I want a navy as a landlocked country now? Number 9. When you forget to make trains. Ever since No Step Back, gone are the days of just building infrastructure and getting infinite supply. Instead, you have to build railways, supply hubs, and oh my god, if you don't make trains, your supply is going to be severely undermined. Like, I'm talking you get like less than half the supply, it seems. This is especially annoying if you're a minor nation with like 2 factories or some shit. Like, yeah, I have 2 military factories in total. Obviously, I'm going to focus on stuff like infantry equipment, artillery, anti-air. I got no time for trains, and especially those trains, they are not cheap. Like, holy shit, that production cost is high. It's bigger than my entire economy. mean, at least Paradox added the Commandeer Civilian Train button. It's not that bad, but those trains, they come at the cost of my precious stability. Son of a... Number 10. When you don't notice a naval invasion. Okay, I gotta admit, if you have sound on, this is extremely unlikely to happen, because every time there's a naval invasion, oh my god, the game blasts my eardrums in with 200 decibels, like... But if for whatever reason you do not have sound on, or you're not paying attention, or you're watching YouTube at the same time, or I don't know what you guys get up to when you're playing HOI4, but if you do not notice, and you're looking away and focusing on the main front for a while, by the time you come back, I mean, the naval invasion is probably giant, half your country's gone. Now, obviously, this is you could just say that this is a bit of a skill issue, and it probably is, but hey, that does not stop it from being one of the most annoying things to happen in HOI4. Now guys, that was 10 things the players hate about Hearts of Iron 4, and if you want a part 2 or any continuation of this, be sure to let me know in the comments, and as always, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe.